Okay, welcome back to the Candy Colored Studio. Okay, so I'm trying out this new platform again, and of course that means there's all kinds of things going on, but we're just doing the best that we can. So, welcome back to the Candy Colored Studio. I'm artist Katrina Berg. This is episode 190. We're going to talk about morning jumpstarts for artists, art commission stories and examples, and a grooming red pill. So, lots to talk about today. I hope you're doing well. I will admit there's a lot going on. I don't know about you, but April, May seems to be like the craziest month. I know that like holidays are always crazy, but I feel like for us with a fairly big family and teenagers and twins, I feel like there's so much going on. And then on top of it, I've been dealing with some dental stuff and it just wipes me out, but that's okay. That's just the reality of life. So I know I'm not the only one. I know you probably have a million things going on. So I want you to know that I'm thinking about you and I'm sending so much love here from the Candy Colored Studio because I know we're all just have so much on our plates right now. And so much of it is so exciting. Like it's so great. The end of the year, all the events that happen at the end of the year. But, just little things like the twins are homesick today. So, I mean, it's just it never stops, but that's okay. That's why we have these moments together, just so that we know that we're not alone. And anyways, so let's get started. The first thing I want to share, today's artist tip basically comes from this awesome episode that I heard recently. And if you haven't heard the Left Brain Artist podcast, it's excellent. Suzanne Redmond, she is just such a gem. She interviewed me like forever ago. In fact, that episode is number 142. And I will go ahead and I can like embed a player in the show notes to this episode. And so you can listen to it if you've never heard it. She's wonderful. But the episode that I want to tell you about is a recent episode. It's 254. And she mostly does interviews of artists. Like I'm pretty sure they're all interviews. And it's amazing the amount of interviews. Again, 254, right? So the artist that she interviews in this latest episode is Natalie Kalbach, who's from Germany. And of course, I love listening to her accent, and just everything about her art journey was really interesting. She didn't start out as an artist, but she does multimedia stuff. She does all kinds of interesting things. But something that she started doing 11 years ago was that she realized that artists need kind of like a jump start to their day. And I totally agree with this. I feel like you wake up and there's like this long list of to-dos and all these things that you need to do. And yet to just get your mind calmed and be able to jump into that creative, I don't know, environment and just get those juices flowing. She realized that she could do these, she calls them jump starts. And so they're just really quick little exercises. But this latest batch of jump starts, like I said, she's been doing it for 11 years. But she said there's 38 different artists that kind of, I guess, participate in this. So you can go on her website. Again, I'll give you the link to Suzanne's episode. You can hear all about it. But it's just really fun because she's got some of these artists share videos and like how-tos and just give you ideas of just obviously how to jumpstart your day as a creative. So I thought that was excellent. So again, it's episode 254, and I will embed that episode in the show notes as well. So you can go and listen to two of Suzanne's episodes, the Left Brain Artist podcast. It's wonderful. I think you'll really enjoy this one. Okay, so that's our artist tip for today or the week or whatever you want to call it. And then the next thing I want to do is talk about, so we've been doing this little mini series about commissions, and I've been breaking them up into really small little parts. But today I want to talk about like specific examples of recent commissions that I've done, and just kind of like the process of working with collectors, what it looked like. And I think it's a great story. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen a little bit here. Let me see if I can figure out how to do that. Okay, hang on. So I'm actually really excited to do this because I think it's going to be really fun. So I think the first one we'll start with is Shalene. So Shalene is actually I've been doing some amazing projects with Shalene for a while, and that's been really amazing. But Shalene is also my hairdresser. Not like you can really tell how great, because this is like me right out of the shower. But I have had really decent hairdos like the last few years, probably the last 5 or 6 years, thanks to Shalene. And so we do a lot of trades, and it's been a lot of fun. We've got to know each other over the years, and I just love being around Shalene. But I'm going to tell you I've done quite a few things for Shalene, but she came up with this idea. Here, let me share. Okay, hold on. Okay, there it goes. Awesome. So this is Shalene and her best friend, Ashley, and I. And that is the final piece. Let's see. Maybe you can only see it there. Ah, there you go. Okay, so basically, Shalene's been buying my paintings, and I've been doing little things for her over the years. But she had this idea. She wanted to do a Paris storefront, but specifically a salon, because Shalene has this gorgeous salon in Payson. And like I said, she does a great job. See, look at that hair. Good hair. She does all of our hair, obviously. Anyways, so some things. I already knew a lot about Shalene because she had bought so many of my paintings before. So I kind of knew her style, colors. I knew her space. Like I knew her salon, but I also know her house. And so I knew exactly, where the piece was going to go. And so that was super helpful. Then I also knew, like, we actually measured like where it was going to be. And so we kind of had an idea of how big. So Carl and I created a custom board to fit in the space. And then again, she told me some favorite colors. She wanted me to include patterns. I knew she wanted to have patterns in there. As you can see, Shalene's best friend is Ashley. And so I wanted to have the two of them in the piece as well. She wanted to have a cute little dog, like a French dog. So here's technically Shalene walking this cute little poodle. And then here's Ashley riding on her bike. And there's her gorgeous red braid. And she's got this cute little bird cage that she's got on her bicycle. And then, of course, here's Shalene's salon, Chez Shalene, which is kind of like Shalene's place. And you can tell I've got these little scissors that represent the salon, and then some fun like topiary. And of course, the black and white stripes. She actually has that in her salon. I'll have to show you a picture of that. And then we've got these spring Paris flowers and an actual Paris store that I took a photo of when I was there. And so I really tried to include things that I saw when I was in Paris, and then just add it into, kind of connect it with the things that in Shalene's life. So here's a close up. Not the best. Sorry, that's a little blurry. But like I said, it was such a fun project to do because I just love Shalene and Ashley so much. So it was a really, really fun project. And you can see, though, that's a better close up of the bicycle and the cute little patterns. So we got a floral pattern on her skirt and then stripes on her shirt. Again, it was such a fun. And I know that Shalene loves hot pink and pinks and reds. So we definitely had that in there. Turquoise and blues. Those are definitely her jam. So we made sure to include those as well. And just to make sure to use some more neutral, because a lot of times in Paris, the actual buildings are kind of this like really light taupe beige. And so I wanted the other colors to really pop, but also be very authentic to Paris. We've got our little window flowers and actual, like, oh, I don't even know what these are called, but the bars on the windows so you don't fall out. Those are some that we actually saw when we were in France. They're just such a beautiful design. So that was such a fun project. Okay, so that is that. And then let me show you again. So we knew that we wanted to have multiple things in Shalene's space. So let me show you. Oh, wait, that's not it. This one. This is, okay, here's the outside of her actual salon. Let me pull it over here. Isn't that cute? She calls it Bel Homme Salon, which is like beautiful soul salon. Anyways, it's really cute. So there's her black and white awnings and her cute little plants outside. And of course, this is winter, but isn't that darling? Okay, so that's that. And then let's see. So we decided that we wanted to create these fashion pieces to go with the Paris storefront. And so she's like, I really want these fashion pieces. And I also want like ladies going to the salon with their magazines and getting their hair dried. Let's see if I can find another picture of the hair dryers. But here's again, we got to tie in the Paris. So we've got this cute gal with her little dog and the Eiffel Tower, and then here's another one with the Eiffel Tower, and then of course some cute little fashion ladies, which I always think about with France and Paris specifically. They were she chose she wanted various sizes, and she wanted obviously the thick sides so we could just stick them right on the wall, have them be very modern, but also just like pop off the wall. Here's one of um, the ladies in the salon with her hair dryer and her magazine and her cute shoes. And I actually found old vintage images that I kind of used as inspiration for a lot of these, which was really fun. And of course, we had to add the hot pinks and the patterns and the black and white because those are obviously some of Shalene's very favorite things. The red shoes and the hot pink again, so much fun. Here's just a few more. This one reminded us of Ashley with the gorgeous red hair, and we just wanted to have all kinds of fun things included in this collection. So look at that. Isn't that fun? Just all those fun jackets and boots that you see in purses that you see in Paris. Here's another fun one. But yeah, I think that's, did I get to the end of those? Yeah, I did. So let me show you this. Okay, this is what that collection actually looks like in the after we installed it all. So here's the original piece, the Paris storefront, and then here's all the fashion ladies. And we think we're going to put a couple more in these little spots. We'll see. But that's kind of where it is right now. But let me show you another great picture of her salon, because her salon is absolutely magical. So this is what it looks like when you first come in. She's got these gorgeous stripes. She's got another fashion lady, just some really fun things. And then she put this new rug, and this plant is here. And then she actually has two chairs, two actual salon chairs, and then this awesome vintage, yeah, there we go, vintage hair dryer, which I use every time I go, which is really awesome too. So you can see that she just wanted this whole wall to be full of all these fun Paris fashion and hair ladies. Anyway, so that's kind of the idea there. And then I've got another photo, again, what it looks like in there. It's a very magical. This is such an incredible salon. She's worked so hard over the years. Like every time I go, she's adding something new. But yeah, that gives you an idea. She's got like a candy machine. Oh, she's so cute. So it was really, really a fun project because like I said, I knew exactly where the paintings were gonna go and just kind of how to tie it all in. And then here is a video that I took after we hung them. Let's see if it'll work. You can kind of hear us in the background. They're so cute. That was Shalene. The only bad thing about this video is that that one painting with the this is me. Okay, so yeah, so the fuchsia painting turned out like orange, but the rest of them are pretty. The color's pretty right on. But yeah, that gives you an idea of what we've been working on. Okay, so I'm going to go to another folder. Okay, so the next one I wanted to tell you about is Michelle. So I've known Michelle for a while too. I've talked about her. Um, it's Michelle whose house, I should not be laughing, but Michelle's house burned and some of my original pieces burned in the house. And so of course both of us were devastated. We had a fire in our house when I was in high school. And so I had a really good idea of what she was going through. Obviously not from a mom's perspective because I was just a kid, but it was definitely, there were so many things that I learned from this experience. But she basically saved up some money after a while, and we went through like the whole insurance process. Anyways, we ended up creating these two pieces for her to replace the ones that were ruined. And it was really fun because she sent me photos of paintings of mine with palettes that she loved, and she wanted me to include those colors. And then she specifically sent me flowers that that are her favorites. Like for example, let's see, the daffodils, the tulips, the orchids. I mean, these were all her favorite flowers. And so I made sure to include them. And then we wanted to do some that would represent each member of their family. So the painting on the left, there's two little baby bird, two baby hummingbirds, and then there's two larger hummingbirds. And she has two boys that are twins, and they're the oldest. And then she has two younger girls. And so we kind of, after I painted it, we realized that the two little babies were her daughters. The two bigger ones were the boys, kind of watching over their sisters. And that was really sweet. And then in the second piece, we chose two fairy wrens to represent she and her husband. And so that was really special too. So it's kind of like this family, two family bouquets, little diptych going on here. So again, she chose all the birds, the songs she chose. So the names of this of the paintings are like, for example, this one with she and her husband is I Want to Be Your Man Forever, which was absolutely such a perfect choice for a song. And I think that might actually be one of their songs, which is really sweet. So I'm just kind of scrolling through some of the details of the piece. And then the second one was You've Got a Friend in Me from Aladdin. And I thought that was really cute. And I think that was a special song for she and her kids. And so that was really fun too. And you can see little details of the hummingbirds, which is always fun. I love the one of the nests. So there you go. So that's Michelle. So that was, again, a special project just because it was something that we worked on for a while. And then the next one I want to talk about is Rebecca. And this, okay, so let me start with a little starter. Okay, so Rebecca, she actually used my commission form. Sometimes people just talk to me like in person or they'll email me or direct message me. But Rebecca actually found my commission form. She filled it out and it got sent to me. And so I already had a really good idea of what she wanted. So I took all the things she put in the form and then responded to her. And it was cute because she said, this is a quote from Rebecca, "It's a little crazy these days. So I think we need a little more art and music and nature in our lives." And this was fairly, oh gosh, it was like beginning of COVID, probably late spring, very early summer, when she messaged me and we started getting going on this piece. And she actually knew my art from Evergreen Gallery in Salt Lake, which was really fun. She'd been in there a ton of times and seen my work, and then eventually realized that she just wanted me to create something specifically for her. So that's what we did. So I started getting going. She also had specific, she obviously she likes flowers and she wanted this circle board and she told me exactly what size she wanted. So that was nice. And then she wanted one bird. She wanted one wren, excuse me, to kind of hang out on one corner of the painting and then have the majority of the flowers again on one side of the painting. But she also wanted them to kind of go around the circle like some other pieces that she had seen me do. And so she had sent me pictures of paintings that she liked. She was really cute when she talked about colors. She's like, I just like all your flower colors, the jewel tones, the warm tones, the pastels. She picked all of them. But what was really good was when she said her favorite colors she wanted me to include. She wanted hot pink, orange, and lavender. And she said no yellow, which was super helpful because you don't always know what's going to be best for someone. So here's just some progress pictures. And then here's what it looked like in the end, like a detail with the wren. And I had so much fun with this piece. And I think part of it was just because it was such a crazy time, the beginning of COVID, and so many things were uncertain. But I knew exactly what Rebecca needed. And I knew that I could do something to kind of like help both of us through this crazy time. So here's a great, just again, a close up of what the painting looks like with even before I varnished it, just like the side view or like at an angle, and you can see all the thick paint, you can see the shine. And that's also something that I absolutely love to include when I'm painting. Here's another detail shot. Again, if you are just listening in audio world, you can actually watch this video on Spotify as well as YouTube. So I'm doing a live stream on YouTube. We'll see if it works. And yeah, so here's what it looks like with the frame. So when we got it all done, another fun thing was she kind of knew what she wanted frame wise. So I reached out to my awesome friend Todd Orchard, and he created this gorgeous frame for Rebecca. It's a floater. It has these kind of, it's obviously a circle, and then it has like a little bit of rounded to the top of it, the face of the frame. And he did it all gold leaf, and it's got a little step on it. Like, it's really amazing. So that's a just like a side view of it. Here's another view in my studio. It was so fun having this piece on the wall while it dried. And then here's again another close-up with the frame. A couple more close-ups. But that gives you an idea. And this is the actual final piece before it was put in the frame, what it looked like. Again, I loved this one. So one more thing that Rebecca did was she chose the title, the song, and it's "Love is in the Air." Do 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 do. So as soon as she picked that painting, I had that song just like I would be dancing around the house thinking about that song. It was so awesome, and that's one thing that I love about doing these commissions. They just keep going with you, and it's so much fun. Okay, the last one that I want to talk about is for my friend Cass, my dear friend Cass, and she's bought some of my work, but this was the first. No, I guess we did a commission for her daughter's wedding, and that was amazing. And that painting was used all throughout the wedding. Like, that was incredible. And I think I talked about that in a previous episode. I'll see if I can figure out which one it is and link to it in the show notes. But anyway, so she was ready to do a piece just for her, and she wanted it to specifically be she wanted it to be a Heavenly Mother piece with the tree of life and animals coming to the tree. And then we also wanted to include the living waters of Christ also kind of coming from and around the tree. So here's a photo of Todd and I. Of course, Todd made the incredible frame. Todd Orchard, you guys, he is amazing. And if you don't know, he's an artist, but he also makes these frames, and he's trying out all kinds of stuff. And that's what I love about having artists help me with frames, because it's just so unique. And Cass had seen like an oval frame that he had done for me with all this awesome texture, gold leaf plaster. I mean, just amazing stuff going on. And so she wanted something similar for this piece. So each of the, what can I say? Each of the animals actually represent someone in their family. So we've got a swan, a couple dogs. Well, actually, 3 of their family dogs actually painted their actual dogs, but then the animals were just representative of like Cass and her husband, their children, and their grandchildren. And that was really special. So we've got a stag and a bear and one of their actual horses. And I had taken a photo of their horse when their daughter got married, because it had all these gorgeous flowers. So I made sure and include that. There's a sandhill crane, a lioness, a giraffe, a leopard. Let's see, what am I missing? This gorgeous finch, goldfinch, and then a hawk. I feel like, oh yeah. This one, what is this one? I should know what this is. Oh, it's bad. Castle, no. Tiger and a wolf. I think I got all but this one bird. I can't remember what it is. And then we have some extra birds to kind of represent future grandkids, future family members. And so this is just a really amazing piece, because I just thought so much about like their whole family and coming together as a family and this life journey that we have, and, you know, partaking of the fruit, but also just enjoying this journey together as a family as we go back to be with our heavenly parents. So let's see what else I have about this. So yeah, I think I might have some details for you. Here's one with the stag and the wolf and the bear and the horse. Yeah, lots of fun. So, and the other thing that Cass really wanted, she wanted to have the background be more like a deep navy, representing kind of like the, I don't know, just how Heavenly Mother, again, she shines in the darkness. She's there for us even in the darkest of times. And so I love that whole thing. So again, this was really fun. And then of course, Cass chose the song title, which is Come Thou Font, which is this very special song to her and her dad, who's passed on. Anyways, amazing things there. So I'm going to stop sharing. Aha. Okay, I think it worked. So that just gives you an idea of some of the commissions I've done recently, and kind of like the process. And they all kind of did things a little bit differently, but there were some major some things that they did the same, like obviously choosing colors and flowers and animals. And I love that. I love being able to do that. So again, the commission process is not, it's not the easiest, but I feel like it's so rewarding. It's totally worth just getting in there and trying to find this perfect piece for somebody. Okay, so let's talk about the red pill for the week. So I was actually watching a clip of Glenn Beck. I don't know if you listen to Glenn Beck, but he was talking about grooming, and I've seen lots of things over the last couple of years about grooming. I don't know if I was really that aware of the word until the last, I don't know, 5 years or so, but he's talking about grooming when it comes to specifically kids. And I will link to this video, and then I'll also link to, he's got like a podcast episode that's much longer, and I think that was a portion of that episode if you wanted to watch the whole episode. Okay, so again, I guess what my questions are, I guess we have to ask ourselves, number one, is it possible? Is it possible that grooming can actually be happening to the children in our lives, specifically our children, nieces, nephews, people in our neighborhood? And so I guess that's the first question we have to ask ourselves. Is it possible? So after you watch this, you can ask that of yourself, right? And then I think the second question is, if it's possible, where can it be happening? And I think obviously if it, we have to have our eyes open, because there's lots of possibilities, right? It could be happening at school. It can be happening at our kids' activities that they go to, or at church, or just anywhere that they go throughout their day. Anytime there's other people in their lives that could possibly be grooming them, right? And so then what are the possible topics? Because there's not just one topic, like, what are things that they could be groomed about, right? It could be social, emotional, learning. It could be health choices. It could be about depression and handle depression. It can be about their identity. So there's so many possibilities, and I'm sure you could think of some other ones as well. But I guess the question is, why? Why would somebody want our children to be brainwashed, right? And I don't have a great answer for you, but this is what I keep thinking. Satan is real. He's absolutely real. And he has an agenda. I feel like our heavenly parents, I feel like God has a plan. He has this plan for us. We've got this life journey to explore, to enjoy. We're learning to be our best selves. But just as much as God has a plan for us, so does Satan. I believe with all my heart that Satan also has a plan. And so for me, I feel like, okay, what can I do? Number one, I need to have my eyes open. I need to be paying attention to know if my kids are in situations where grooming is happening, right? And I feel like we can pray to more clearly see Satan's plan for us, right? And the only way to really know is to just be constantly prayerful about it. Okay. I also believe that we can pray for personal direction on how to best support our children during these last days. So just as much as we can pray to have our eyes open so that we can see the grooming that's taking place, I think we can also pray to ask for help to best support these little people that we have stewardship over, right? I think that some other things that we can do, and something that we're constantly trying to do in our home, is just have conversations regularly. And I feel like things that are happening in their lives, they come up pretty naturally, and we can ask them more questions. They can ask us questions. We can talk about these things. I feel like just conversations are the best way for me to really touch base with my kids and see what it is that they're facing and the challenges that they have. And I feel like another thing that we can do is just listen to our heart, because every once in a while, our heart is going to tell us, you need to go talk to this child. And sometimes we don't even know what we're supposed to talk about, but hopefully our heart, the spirit, guides us to know exactly what we can talk about so we can best support them. I think that we can also teach them to listen to their own heart, because I mean, for me, I have 3 teenagers. I've got one that's just turned 17, a daughter who's going to be 16 soon, and a son who's almost 14. So I feel like probably even more valuable than me trying to help them with everything is to teach them how to listen to their own heart, right? And then discernment. I need to use discernment, and then I need to invite them and teach them how to use discernment as well. And I think this is the best way that we can just have our eyes open and have the Spirit with us so we can make good choices for ourselves and just have those necessary conversations. And again, maybe you don't think that there's grooming, but wouldn't it be nice to be prepared? Wouldn't it be nice to be ready so that when this slams us in the face, it's like, oh, okay, I've already thought about it. This is what my heart told me that I should do in this situation. And so we're already ready, right? I've had this so many times in my life where a friend has shared a story and I've basically gone to the Lord and said, okay, this happened to my friend. Please send love, send peace, send comfort, help me know what I can do, and just like pray for that friend, but then also say, Lord, help me understand, help me be prepared for when something like this happens within my own personal life, to my children, to people that I care about. And I feel like that's super helpful as well. So again, probably not the most exciting topic, but I think it's an important topic. And I think, again, for me personally, I just want to be as prepared as possible so that I'm not like deer in the headlights and I don't know what to do, because it happens. These things happen every week. Something hard is happening in our life and in our children's lives. And I feel like, again, we just have to keep listening to our heart and be as prepared as possible. Stay close to the Spirit, the Holy Ghost, and I know it will guide us. Again, I know that Satan's real, and I know that our heavenly parents are real, and our Savior Jesus Christ and his atonement is real. And all of these things, even though it's hard and we don't want to always see the evil that's happening, we need to be prepared for it. So there you go. That's your red pill. So if you get a chance, check out the jump starts on Suzanne's podcast. Also, I hope you enjoyed hearing stories of recent commissions. These are definitely precious moments that I get to take part in. And I love getting to celebrate these women, their families, the things that are happening in their life. And it really has definitely made a difference in my life. I appreciate being able to share the love that that I have for art, but also to take all the emotions and love that they have within their homes and their families and be able to just kind of document that in a painting. I found myself I feel so much love for each of them as they work on their pieces, and it's been an amazing experience. So thank you if you've asked me to do a commission before. Thank you for that opportunity, and just want to send a lot of love to you, send a lot of love to your family and all those that you care about. Sending so much love from the Candy Colored Studio.